Alrighty. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our final match of Love Mania Mayhem playoffs. We only have one slot remaining for that round of 32 spot, and it's going to be one of these teams to secure their spot into the round of 32. That will be Oppenheimer, the sequel, or hamedori. I'm Walmart5193. No one else in the booth in the meantime. I think we are scheduled to have somebody else in here, but for now, you'll have to deal with me. Oppenheimer, the sequel, I believe, has a team consisting of HD BOAJ, HD Tab Game, Squiddy, and Boy, while Team hamedori has Chicken Banana and Sankyu. I believe we're getting into the roles. It looks like Oppenheimer, the sequel, wins the role. So they will get, I believe, the first pick. And joining me in the booth is going to be none other than Nightcore. Nightcore, how's
I'm
it going?
so sorry if any of you heard that. I'm so, I'm so sorry. I am
that
so sorry.
that is a way.
I am so sorry.
I think our
Yeah.
streamer has soundboards muted.
Okay,
But anyway,
thank goodness. So
but anyway,
today,
uh,
oh,
yes.
today, we are seeing one of the playoffs right now. It is going to be Oppenheimer the sequel versus Hamedori today.
Yeah, and this is our last match of the playoffs. There's only one spot remaining for the round of 32, and both of these teams will be duking it out to see who will be making it to the round of 32. And also, be on the lookout for the showcase. It looks to be Trooper has said that they hope to aim it by 23:59 UTC. So,
Yeah.
just
Just look out, it's very close. So Hamedori are gonna pick their first map.
yeah, and also
Uh,
we're gonna see Hart get the ban. That's
yeah.
actually a very that's actually a more frequent ban than I want to say. Lots of teams have banned that pick or banned that chart.
So it looks like they're gonna pick Hybrid 2, which is
So
going
they're
to
gonna
be pure
opting
silver.
for gonna opt for pure silver on one of our hybrid picks, like you mentioned. And also interesting note that Hamedori only has two players. They only have two players for their team, and that is Chicken Banana and Sankyu. So these
It's
will be the only two players you'll be seeing.
it's gonna be very impressive if they win this match. Especially if they have two people. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Oppenheimer the sequel has a full team as well, right now. If I'm correct.
yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
As I believe I'll do a little bit of a recap. I believe Oppenheimer or no Hamidori did win the role, so
Yeah.
they will be picking first, while Oppenheimer the sequel opted to ban Hart by Mosha.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of the harder Olympics, especially kind of on the release side. So, and now we are just hopping into the first match right now. Kind of an interesting note about this map is OD5, so it would be very easy for players to maybe get low 200 counts, maybe even any V1 double S as well. So League
Yeah,
is neck and neck right now. Seneki with with a 99.8. Both players on blue team with 99.8 getting that slight arc advantage to start. Meanwhile, Squiddy holding a 99.7 and Boach only holding a 99.5 right now. Still,
yeah,
it's only a dessert map, so anything can happen right now.
Yeah, this lead has been going back and forth as we've only reached not even the first quarter of the map yet. But we do get into a little bit of a break section where that score will begin to normalize. And we're seeing that Hamidori has roughly a 2,000 point lead over Oppenheimer, the sequel. Then surprising for only a two-man team.
Yeah, impressive. A lot of players have very similar ACK experience. Voyage, slightly behind with 9.5, but there's a slight accuracy lead in Hamedori right now. Especially Senecu holding the 99.7, still holding on to that V1 double S if I'm correct right now.
I believe they dropped the 200 earlier, but thank you. Kind of just holding the ground for Hamidori right now, as Chicken Banana is actually not too far behind with a 99.6, almost up to that 99.7 range, while Squiddy is holding the ground for Oppenheimer in the sequel, as Boj, like you mentioned, is at that mid 99.5 range. As you get into the drop, both everyone's seeming to do extremely well in this, as that lead is actually going to start to shrink in a tiny bit as more of
Yeah,
these LN graces do get in.
yeah. All players still holding a full combo is still very pressuring because one drop can make the difference in the entire match right now.
Yeah,
But
going into the last part of this map here.
yeah. As the map does kind of close off, it might look like Hamidori will be taking the first point of the game right now.
Yeah, taking a very early point, but thankfully it was off their own pick. So Oppenheimer in the sequel not going to have to worry much,
Yeah.
but already taking a point is quite impressive. And Hamidori,
One
990
one
from
gray.
Senkyu. Yeah,
One
only
gray.
1,200.
Yeah, that's very good scores from all players, honestly. Having very similar 200 counts, but Senecu just had the very good lead at the start. Having the very good lead for like the whole map, and Chicken Banana still holding a very comfortable score. Meanwhile, Oppenheimer the sequel still having good scores, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to catch up for both players.
Yeah, but now it is Oppenheimer the sequel's pick, and seeing their hybrid performance, I wouldn't be surprised if they stay in that range. But maybe they want to switch things up, maybe go for some of the rice, or they can go for. I mean, they did ban one of the Longbow picks, so they could switch things up and go for Scarlet Tempest. That's probably where they're gonna try to maybe capitalize off of Hamidori's physicality.
They are going to pick Rice Free, which is going to be DIDJ PVC.
Digit Pivok by Vortex.
Yes. So I feel like Oppenheimer is more of a Rice-oriented team. Meanwhile, Hamadori could definitely win some points, especially with some of the LN pick. Especially that Oppenheimer ban one of the LN picks kind of shows their weakness from LN right now. But, you know, anything can still happen in this tournament.
Yeah, for sure. We have definitely seen lots of curveballs in this tournament already. It is not a. It's not a very normal thing to see, but as we are getting underway, I believe we're just waiting for players to ready up.
So it does look like Top Game is going to be subbing in for whoever played last match. I kind of forgot. Oh, Squiddy.
Yeah, so going to opt in for Squiddy. Gonna try to see probably Squiddy not being as physically comfortable for this pick, so going to probably opt in one of the more Rice powerhouses onto the team.
And the match is going to be starting now. And this is going to be the second match, the second map of the match right now. Does seem Tap Game is going to be using Hidden for this, as he does look like he is a Hidden player. Actually holds in favor for Oppenheimer, as Chicken Banana is that in 98. Chicken Banana falling out in 98 might not be as comfortable as the intro right now. Meanwhile, both players on Oppenheimer keeping very consistent with the res right now. Thank you also holding up their game right now. Oh, Chicken Banana is unfortunately going to drop right now, which will definitely give a good lead. That 45k lead does look like Chicken Banana is not comfortable keeping up with the rest of the map. Meanwhile, Boa is keeping on to that 99.7, unfortunately dropping down to 99.6 right now. But that lead is massive right now. That miss really kind of made a massive difference. So we're kind of getting into the outer of the map, and it does look like this is going to go to Oppenheimer for their first point of the match right now. That is a massive lead. Unfortunately, that break is going to hurt. It was unfortunately going to seal a deal, especially that um uh, I don't know, I can't speak. Very good scores overall from both players. Free 200s from Senku. Really good score from him. Unfortunately, Chicken Banana was not able to keep up, so that is going to give Oppenheimer their first point. Overall, very good scores right now. So it is going to be 1-all for both players, winning both their picks right now.
Yeah, and we are now tied at 1. So
They
hamedori
are
will be going for Scout Tempest.
This is another one of the technical picks, I'm pretty sure. And I do think
Yeah,
Squiddy is going to make a return for this map. Never mind. It is going to be Boyash and Top Game, both members of the Hidden Clan, I'm pretty sure. So we have seen from last match that Chicken Banana might not be the most physical player. They might be more comfortable with Olympics. So now we're getting into the third match, third map of the match right now.
and here we go. And already thank you with the early MVP accuracy right now, 99.9 right now.
I definitely do think Senku is gonna be a threat for later on, especially with their act right now. Their act from the last few matches has been extremely consistent, especially their PA.
But this map is definitely nothing out of the ordinary to be scoffing at. This is, I believe this is 230 BPM streams, as well as they're being way focused more on the outer column, so not really index based, but what is index based are those mini gaps.
Unfortunately gonna fall, giving the lead to Hamedori. That gap is starting to increase more, going to a 5k lead right now to Hamedori. However, there is still half a map left, and as Walmart said, there's probably going to be more mini jacks, and there's probably going to be more outer column streams at that BPM, which is definitely going to be fairly tricky to hack right now. Now we kind of get a small break section right now. Boyage taking the MVP in this match, taking a 99.76 right now. Meanwhile, both players on hamedori having fairly similar act. Both holding comfortable 99.6. Meanwhile, Top Game unfortunately with a drop and 99.5. Now anything can still happen at the final part, at the final quarter. Especially could be a drop for hamedori. And a drop from hamedori might be able to seal the deal. Unfortunately, Top Game dropping a couple of 300 at the end. Kinda starting to lose his act slightly. Meanwhile, Chinkpadana's losing his 99.6 as well, kinda dropping that act. Meanwhile, Senku climbing back up to 99.7, and Boyage taking 99.7 as well. And we just are now finishing the intro of this map. And it does look like this is going to be a point for hamedori with a 10k point lead right now. One perfect, no, not one perfect. One 200 from Boya. Very impressive
Gee,
score.
wow. And Sankey with a 990K.
Boya, I kind of have my eye on Boya. He definitely looks like a threat, especially to rival Senku. Unfortunately, the break from top game kind of might have cost him the match. Well, not the match, the map. So it is currently 2-1. All players still winning their protect. I mean, not all the protects. Um, their maps, on the picks. So now it is going to be Oppenheimer's pick right now. So they're going to finish off the Rice, which is going to be Moongate, which is going to be the jump stream consistency pick.
Yeah, gonna go for Moongate. So our jump stream pick. I feel like all these players are physically capable enough. It's just gonna come down to ratio.
Yeah, Moongate is not really a physical map. However, there are some bits in the map that can get people to drop slightly. But yeah, really, it's just gonna be It's definitely gonna be who could MA and PA the best. Oh, it does. It does look like they can't play Rice 1 because they have picked 2 of the same categories, so they're going to resort to Hybrid 1, which is going to be bullet winning for me.
So they changed their pick.
I'm pretty sure it's because double pick is not allowed.
Oh. Wait, but they never touched Moongate.
I think it might be per category. Oh, it does look like double pick was allowed. So it might have been a bit of scuff. But unfortunately, it is too late right now, as they're all locked into the match.
Yeah, here we go.
So this is definitely gonna be an interesting match. They have brought Squiddy back in, and seeing from the first map, it does definitely see that Squiddy is capable of holding their own, especially with hybrid picks and long run picks. Meanwhile, we have seen hamedori with very good scores, especially on the LN hybrid side as well. So the leads does go to Oppenheimer right now in the intro, although the point difference is very small. Two players still holding a 99 point. Three players still holding a 99.9. Second with 99.8 as well. Now about these maps again, this map is only OD6, so it is fairly easy to act, so definitely will be going down to ratio, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like ratio game is going to be the make or break here, as it's only by 1,000 points.
Bayash still holding the 99.9, very impressive right now. And there's a 2k point lead right now, and never mind, that point lead is going, that point lead is increasing slightly, as I think Sengi might have dropped something there. So now we're kind of heading into the main LN part. So here these players do. Squiddy, unfortunately. Chicken Banana, unfortunately,
Oh,
finding a drop. That gap is going to be increasing right now. We got Chicken Banana falling into 99.2. I was going to mention how Squiddy did drop to 99.7 right now. Oh, Chicken Banana, unfortunately, finding another drop again. Falling down to 99.1. Seku and Boy are still holding their own, still holding on to 99.6 and 99.7. Squiddy holding back up that 99.7 as well. And now we're approaching the outro of this map, and it does look like this map might be going to Oppenheimer. The Seku unfortunately finding a drop in the outro as well. This might seal a deal for Oppenheimer right now. And we're just approaching the outro. Voyage probably taking the MVP with 99.7. Voyage definitely can hold his own. Unfortunately, Squiddy dropping a final 200 there. But it does look like Oppenheimer are going to win, making this 2-all.
yeah,
Wow.
and now it's going to be a best of three situation now between these two.
2 200s is very impressive.
Yeah, wow.
Very solid scores overall from every player. Especially 99.7. Thank you for having the MVP ratio this map as well. Unfortunately, might have dropped because of nerves, and especially that slider break.
Standing on the open shore in a world of disarray, 'cause the chaos is a warm embrace. As the fire hits my body and my conscience is consumed, nothing left of me but you. Yeah. And I'm dancing with my demons through and through, just staring to the distance for the chance to come around.
And now they're going to go for keep on running. So exhausting all of the long no picks, only keeping up that one rice map and the SV. Not wanting to seemingly touch the SV from either side, so gonna go for keep on running. Hamedori, which I feel like is going to give Oppenheimer the sequel a bit of a disadvantage because they actually banned LN2. So maybe just trying to see if they want to capitalize off of Oppenheimer's decision at the very beginning.
I do think Oppenheimer have a chance to get a breakpoint here, though. Because as I've seen from their hybrid scores, they were very consistent. It's just to see if they're capable of throwing in a couple of more LNs. But anything can still happen. I still think both players are fairly balanced in LN. It just comes down to miscode, really. So now we start the match. So this does look like it is more the coordination pick right now. Oh my god, Rice by LN map. No way.
Oh my.
Scores are very equal right now. Two players on 99.4. Squiddy keeping that that high 99.7 right now. Could climb up to 99.8. There's only a 1k difference. Oh, Seku unfortunately dropping. That is gonna tank hard right now. All these maps are relatively short, I just realized. So kind of dropping in these maps are pretty crucial. Well, meanwhile, all the other players keeping a FC right now, I think he's still kind of holding the accuracy lead.
Yeah, just that
Yeah.
drop from Senku. And this
Yeah.
is this breakpoint potential for Oppenheimer the sequel, as that pick is backfiring from Hamidori.
Yeah. Actually, all of them's keeping very similar. Senku
But that
holding
lead is
up.
starting to shrink.
Senku holding up to 99.6 before she dropped it back to. No, never mind. I feel like Hamidori could still win. There's no chance if one of the players on Oppenheimer find a drop right now at the outro, which I doubt is likely, as they're keeping extremely consistent right now. Now we just get to this final part, and it does look like it is going to be a breakpoint for Oppenheimer, giving them potential match point as well.
Yeah, and off a breakpoint as well.
Yeah. That unfortunate choke from Senku pretty much cost them now. I'm pretty sure. Although there was a couple of things that I feel like could have been slightly better. Maybe Chickpea probably did drop that 100 as well. I do think they definitely had the potential to keep their point. So, right, we are going into SV, which is going to be Give Me the Blood by Hyper. A very popular SV map, actually. Hopefully all players practice this. I feel like there will be a lot of drops in this map because I'm pretty sure there are I'm pretty sure there are a good few release SVs in this map. Hopefully, if Hamadori do win this, they are going to take it into tiebreaker, which would be very fun to see, honestly. Oppenheimer joke, please.
And here we go.
This could be the potential final match of the final map of the match. Especially because if Oppenheimer win this, they are going to win the entire set. Meanwhile, if Hamadori win this, they will force tiebreaker. Oh, Chicken Banana unfortunately dropping at the end of the intro. Dropping down to 94, unfortunately. Nah, give me that 95. It is still anyone's game, although that lead is getting significantly massive. Unfortunately, Chicken Banana is falling massively behind in accuracy. Siggy, unfortunately, having a 98 as well. Meanwhile, both players on Oppenheimer having extremely good accuracy right now. That gap is getting bigger and bigger. It is going to be a 100k difference almost. It is going to be a 100k difference. Both players on Oppenheimer with extremely good acts. Squiddy with 99.5. And now we do get into this slowdown part, which might throw some people off. Actually, no, that's only on DG.
Yeah, but that lead is just increasing even more for Oppenheimer in the sequel right now.
It does look like. Oh, both players on Hamadori dropping. This might seal. I honestly do think this is going to seal a deal right now. Unless something like crucial happens, like a disconnect, which is most likely not going to happen right now. And then we're approaching the final part of the map, which it definitely does look like this game and match is going to be going to Oppenheimer. Now we just approached the outro. Chicken Banana fighting one more drop at the end. unfortunately.
Yeah, and the map is coming to an end. It's going to be Oppenheimer, the sequel, claiming the last spot in the round of 32. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oppenheimer, the sequel, going to be your last team making it to the round of 32. Unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to hamedori. They put up an extremely good effort, managing to take 2 points off of Oppenheimer, the sequel. And also, that will conclude the playoffs as well, as we don't have any more matches left. We
Good,
will.
good
Oh yeah,
game. Good game to
yeah.
both teams. It was honestly a very good match to watch. All players put up a really good fight between all the matches right now. Unfortunately, it was going to be that breakpoint, I think, that might have cost them. So, good game to both players. Oppenheimer are going to move on to round of 32 or is it round of 16?
It goes to round of 32.
Yeah.
So now that we have our all of our
Yep.
now that we have 32 teams, we will now have a bracket ready for you guys. We'll probably be creating the challenge pretty soon, and we'll have it open for predictions depending if Trooper wants us to be that free. But for now, congratulations to the teams that have made it past the playoffs. Unfortunately, if you were not successful, then you have officially been eliminated from the tournament. You put up a good effort. But to our 32 remaining teams, stick around. We have the round 32 map pool showcase coming up in roughly an hour and a half. So for now, Nightcore, you have anything else to sign us off with?
Not really. It's just well done for everyone. Like, even if you just signed up and got eliminated in the qualifiers, like, well done for trying anyways.
Yeah,
It's Just stay tuned really for round of 32 bracket reveal. Well, not bracket reveal. Well, yeah, bracket reveal and what's it called? The showcase.
Take me